Welcome to today's deep dive into Greek mythology. Today, we'll be exploring two fascinating deities, Dionysus, the god of wine and ecstasy, and Demeter, the goddess of agriculture and the harvest. While they may seem like polar opposites at first, both have strong connections to nature, life cycles, and human culture. We'll uncover their similarities, highlight their differences, and reflect on what their myths can teach us about modern life. Their similarities is both gods are great gods of the earth, both known for their human emotions, both represent cycles of life, death, and rebirth in nature, both are associated with the earth's fertility and agricultural cycles. At first glance, Dionysus and Demeter might seem completely different, but they actually share many key similarities. Both are connected to fertility and agriculture. Demeter is the goddess of the grain, while Dionysus is the god of the vine. Both gods are critical to the cycles of life, death, and rebirth in nature. Without Demeter, crops don't grow, and without Dionysus, the vine doesn't flourish. Their roles sustain life in different but equally important ways. They also share a deep connection to religious cults. Demeter's Eleusinian Mysteries, some of the most famous religious rituals in ancient Greece, celebrated the cycle of life and death. Similarly, Dionysus' followers participated in the Dionysian Mysteries, which included ecstatic rituals that allowed people to experience freedom from societal restrictions. Lastly, both are deeply tied to the themes of life, death, and resurrection. Demeter's story is about the seasonal death of nature, when Persephone descends to the underworld, and its rebirth when she returns. Dionysus himself experiences death and rebirth, which reflects the regenerative force of nature. Now let's take a closer look at their differences, starting with their domains. Their differences is Demeter is the goddess of agriculture and harvest, symbolize order, nurturing, and the earth's stability through the harvest. Demeter was worshipped in the Eleusinian Mysteries, and Dionysus is the god of grapes, wine, and ecstasy, represents chaos, pleasure, and liberation, particularly through the consumption of wine and emotional expression, and Dionysus was celebrated through the Dionysian Mysteries. Demeter's focus is on agriculture, stability, and nourishment. Her power is in the predictability of the seasons and growth of crops that feed humanity. She's a nurturing maternal figure who ensures that life continues. Dionysus, on the other hand, represents chaos, emotions, and liberation. He's not concerned with stability but with breaking free from it. His festivals were wild, often breaking from societal norms, allowing his followers to experience ecstasy and emotional release. Where Demeter provides the food for the body, Dionysus provides the wine that liberates the soul. Another difference is in their worship styles. Demeter's worship was organized, focused on agriculture and community. It was deeply connected to the rhythms of the earth. In contrast, Dionysian worship was static, emotional, and often wild. It invited participants to let go of control and surrender to their emotions. In this way, the two gods represented opposing force, order and chaos, structure and freedom. And finally, there's a clear differences in their personalities and roles. Demeter is the ultimate mother figure, nurturing and protective, while Dionysus is more unpredictable, representing youthful exuberance and rebellion. He's about transformation, and his worship often involved rituals that encourage people to step outside the bounds of everyday life. First, we have Demeter, known as the goddess of agriculture. She's the one responsible for the growth of crops and the bounty of the earth. Her domain is crucial. Without her, humanity would struggle to survive as she is connected to the living giving sustenance of grain and harvest. Demeter is a major deity in Greek, known primarily for her role in agriculture, fertility, and the harvest. She is often depicted as a mature woman with a siren, sometimes holding a cornucopia, symbols of abundance and the bounty of the earth. Demeter is the daughter of the Titans Cronus and Rhea, making her a sibling to Zeus, Hera, Poseidon, Hades, and Hestia. Her mythology is deeply intertwined with the cycle of nature and the changing seasons. One of the most significant myths involving Demeter is her relationship with her daughter, Persephone. According to the myth, Persephone was abducted by Hades, the god of the underworld. Demeter's grief over her daughter's disappearance led to the neglect of the earth, causing crops to wither and famine to spread. This myth highlights the deep connection between Demeter's emotions and fertility of the earth. It also explains the changing seasons. Persephone's return from the underworld marks the beginning of spring and the revival of nature, while her departure signals the onset of winter when the earth lies dormant. Worship of Demeter was widespread in ancient Greece. Her culture was particularly strong in Eleusis, where the Eleusinian mysteries were celebrated. These were secretive rites that promised initiates a more favorable afterlife and emphasized the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, mirroring Demeter's own mythological story. And Eleusinian mysteries are considered one of the most important religious ceremonies of ancient Greece, emphasizing Demeter's role in the spiritual as well as the physical nourishment of humanity. Demeter's influence extends beyond mythology and ancient rituals. She represents the principles of growth, renewal, and the nurturing aspect of nature. In modern times, she has inspired various works of art, literature, and even contemporary discussion about agriculture and sustainability. Her stories serve as a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness between human life and the nature, emphasizing the importance of caring for the environment and recognizing the cycles of life and growth. So now we're diving into the life of one of the most colorful and complex gods in Greek mythology, Dionysus, the god of wine, pleasure, and theater. While he may initially seem like a god associated purely with indulgence, Dionysus also represents deeper themes of duality, transformation, and even madness. Dionysus is a unique deity in the Greek. He is the son of Zeus, the king of the gods, and Semele, immortal woman. This makes Dionysus a god with both divine and mortal origins, and this duality defines much of his mythology. He is often depicted holding a Tyreus, a staff wrapped in ivy and topped with a pine cone, symbolizing his connection to nature and fertility. Dionysus is also usually seen with a group of followers, the Maenads, wild women devoted to him, and satyrs, half-goat, half-man creatures, who represents the uninhibited aspects of his nature. The story of Dionysus' birth is quite extraordinary. Zeus fell in love with Semele and she became pregnant with Dionysus. However, Hera, Zeus' jealous wife, tricked Semele into asking Zeus to reveal his true form. When Zeus did, his divine power was too much for Semele, and she was consumed by flames. To save the unborn Dionysus, Zeus took the baby and swayed him into his side until he was ready to be born, earning Dionysus the title the twice-born god. From a young age, Dionysus faced hardship. After his birth, Hera's wrath continued, and Dionysus was sent to be raised by nymphs, far away from Olympus. This upbringing among the wild landscapes connected him deeply with nature, plants, and the untamed aspect of life. Dionysus is most famously known as the god of wine, but his domain extends beyond just drinking and revelry. Wine under his influence represents both pleasure and madness. In small amount, wine is relaxing. In excess, it leads to a loss of control, even madness. This balance between joy and chaos is central to Dionysus' character. As the god of ecstasy, Dionysus was also believed to free his followers from the constraints of everyday life. Through music, dance, and ritual intoxication, Dionysus' worship would enter states of ecstasy where they believed they could connect more deeply with the divine. This power of transformation, whether through wine or through spiritual experience, was a hallmark of Dionysian worship. Another critical aspect of Dionysus' domain is the theater. He is regarded as the god of drama, particularly tragedy. The city of Athens held an annual festival in his honor called the Dionysia, where dramatic competitions took place. The connection between Dionysus and the theater is deeply symbolic. In the same way, the wine brings about a temporary transformation. Theater transforms actors into characters and the audience into witnesses of emotions and situations far removed from everyday life. Theater, much like the worship of Dionysus, was about stepping outside of the ordinary and experiencing something profound and often unsettling. One of the most striking things about Dionysus is his dual nature. On the other hand, he is the god of joy, pleasure, and creativity. On the other, he represents chaos, destruction, and madness. This duality is reflected in his followers, who could become ecstatic revelers or maenads, capable of violent acts in their frenzy. This dual nature speaks to the larger theme of balance in life. Pleasure and destruction are intertwined, and Dionysus embodies both sides of this coin. He shows us that life is not just about order and control, but also about embracing our wild, untamed self. Dionysus' followers, especially the maenads, played a significant role in his worship. The maenads were women who, in their devotion to Dionysus, would enter frenzied state of ecstasy. They were known to dance wildly, sing, and sometimes even tear animals or people apart in their madness. This intense form of worship symbolized the god's ability to break down boundaries, both physical and emotional. For the ancient Greeks, following Dionysus could be a form of liberation. He offered freedom from the constraints of society, laws, and even sanity. But this freedom was dangerous as it often led to chaos and destruction. Dionysus has left a lasting mark on both ancient and modern culture. His myths reflect the human experience, complex nature, joy and sorrow, creativity and destruction, freedom and madness. As the god of theater, his influence can still be seen in the way we use drama to explore deep emotional truths. Even today, Dionysus is a symbol of breaking free from convention, experiencing the static and embracing life unpredictability. He reminds us that while order is essential, there is value in moments of chaos and transformation. Now that we've explored their mythology, let's reflect on how these ancient gods still resonate with us today. Demeter, with her close ties to agriculture, remind us of our connection to the earth. Even as modern life distances us from the rhythms of farming and harvest, her myths serve as a reminder of the importance of sustainability and our reliance on nature. Dionysus, on the other hand, is all about emotional release and creativity. In a world where we are often under pressure to control our emotions and follow strict routines, Dionysus offers reminder of the value of emotional freedom and celebration. His influence can be seen in modern art, theater, and even music festivals, where people come together to let loose and express themselves. These two gods represent essential forces in life: Demeter, stability and structure, and Dionysus, chaos and emotional freedom. Both are necessary. If we only live in Demeter's world of order, we'd miss out on the joy and creativity that comes with letting go. But if we live entirely in Dionysus' worlds, we'd lack the stability we need to grow and thrive. So, as we think about these two gods, we can reflect on how their opposing forces exist in our own lives. How much structure do you allow yourself, and how often do you let go and embrace the unpredictable? Demeter and Dionysus invite us to find balance between control and freedom, between order and chaos. In conclusion, Dionysus and Demeter may be two very different deities, but their rules are deeply interconnected. Both represent life cycles, whether through the nurturing care of the earth or the wild release of emotions. Their stories are worship offer us insight not only into ancient Greek culture but into the balance we seek in our own lives today. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Greek mythology.